What happens if two ISOs ultimate each other at the exact same time? That's what I'll be showing you in this video, as well as a bunch of other things, like what if you use ultimate on a Yoru clone, why ISO shield might actually be a disadvantage, and if his double tap can save you from the spike or not. I can almost guarantee you'll learn something new about ISO just by watching this video, so make sure you stick around until the end because you don't want to miss anything. Okay, so what actually happens if two ISOs ultimate each other at the exact same time? Now, the way I've set this up is that the other account is on my laptop, it's right next to me, so I can click alt at the exact same time. The only difference is that there's like 10 ping, or give or take, between the two accounts right now. So if I ultimate at the exact same time, let's see what happens.
It's you and
right
me.
there, ultimate at the exact same time, and I actually end up in his ultimate. You can see right there, he had the two shields, he has double tap active and not me. So it looks like the first time at least, I ended up in his ultimate. I tried a few more times to see if there's any sort of trick to it. So again, exact same time, my ultimate, and again, it looks like he wins this time.
It's you and me. My ult is ready.
Okay, so it took 5 different times. And on the 5th test, we spawned into my ultimate. So I had the 2 shields, I had the double tap. And yeah, I didn't do anything different that time. I've been doing the exact same thing every single time. But yeah, if we try this one more time, also at the exact same time, we will see once again, I am the one who gets double shields, and it is my ultimate this time. So based on that, if you ISOs ultimate each other at the exact same time, it's just a coin toss on whose ultimate you'll end up in, unfortunately. Nothing too crazy there. One thing I found really interesting with ISO and his double tap is the actual hitbox of these shields. So if I let this enemy ISO get his shield, you can see right here, he has his shield around him like so. And then it actually, if I hit anywhere in this area, it will break this shield. So I don't even have to hit him. If I just hit this, you can see, okay, well, not exactly on the edge apparently, but in general, if you hit this shield and not ISO himself, that will still break the shield and remove the double tap. Something that's made me realize though is that this technically gives ISO a disadvantage of sorts, because if I put this around the corner, you can see I see this shield before I'd usually be able to see ISO. See right now, look, that is all shield. If he doesn't have his double tap active, I normally can't see him. In fact, we'll just wait. We can see this shield goes away. Okay, I can see a tiny bit of his foot there, but you get the idea that with that shield, it makes him like way bigger, and you can see him earlier than usual. If the ISO just straight swings you, it's obviously not going to make much of a difference. It's still like a person right there. You're going to react about the same. But if their ISO is getting too close to the corner, you just have to be really careful with this sort of stuff, because obviously, you can see right there, I could see the shield and not ISO. So you do have to be careful with that shield on ISO, not to be putting yourself at a disadvantage. And I guess if you have that shield active, make sure you're not standing like right on the corner where you think you'd usually be safe, because they can probably see your shield. I guess you just have to get used to playing a little bit further away, and yeah, keep that in mind. One thing a lot of people don't know about ISO is that you can actually break his orbs and stop him from getting a shield off of them. Now I'll have to do this pretty quickly, but as an example right here, you can see he now has his double tap active. He's going to kill me, and the orb, if I react fast enough, you can see I can actually break it and stop him from getting it. So again, one more time, you can see he's going to kill me. I break the shields, and that then means he doesn't get a shield off of it. So one thing that a lot of people wanted to see was if you could hit a Yoru clone with ISO's ultimate. So you can see right here, if I get Yoru to spawn his clone in and then shoot my ultimate, it will in fact actually take the clone. And then I don't actually know, okay, so just keep walking forward. And if I shoot it, it'll blind me like usual. And in fact, if I completely look at it, I'm almost still blind by the time that I actually spawn in back on the map. So yes, you can get Yoru's clone with your ultimate. So we know you can counter ISO's ultimate with Yoru's clone, but how quickly can you actually react with that? Like, is it possible to see him ulting, then shoot out your clone and just block it? Now, obviously in this scenario, I'm in a custom game. I can see that he's about to ultimate, so I know that it's coming. So if I click with his ultimate and click this clone at the same time, obviously you can see that's going to work. You can technically use the clone to counter his ultimate. But more realistically, let's say I'm all the way over here and I don't have my clone out, I'm not ready for it.
It's you and me.
I want to say that it's like impossible to go like purely off reaction time. Maybe if you're expecting the ultimate and you have your clone out in anticipation, you'll be able to react fast enough. But if you're pulling out the clone and then trying to launch it, you're just not going to have time. People also had a lot of questions about what happens when you ult an ulting Phoenix. So you can see right here, we have Phoenix. Now, if he uses his run it back, obviously what's normally going to happen is he'll just respawn here after a certain amount of time, or if he dies. But what happens if he's inside ISO's ultimate? So first we'll just see what happens if the timer runs out. So I'm not going to shoot him. Let's just see what happens if he runs out. Okay, so you can see right there, it just spawns us back in. He goes back to where he ulted from, and I am back. And I'm assuming it's going to be the exact same thing if I kill him in the ultimate. So we'll try again right here, get Phoenix to ult, but this time I'll try kill him, see if anything different happens. And assume it'll be the same thing. He'll just go back to where he was. Okay, so I get the orb as a bonus for killing him in his ultimate, but otherwise he doesn't actually die.
Contract complete.
He's just going to go back to where he like used his ultimate from. Another agent a lot of people wanted to see ultimate interactions with was Omen. So if I have this Omen right here on my left, and then I get him to ultimate into like my line of sight where I'm actually going to be using this, you can see so waiting for the shadow form appears. I'm going to try ultimate. What's going to happen? Okay, so we do actually bring Omen into the arena. As you can see, the Omen is now here, and he is bugged. It's quite a strange texture. You can see he's like almost invisible. Now, what happens if he kills me? Does he keep this texture? Let's see here. Wait, I don't have auto reset on him. So, okay, he actually like stays bugged like this for the rest of the round. So his legs become almost completely invisible. His cape becomes a bit weird. Yeah, you can see it for yourself. That is what happens if you hit Omen with his ultimate while he's like just in his shadow form. He will become bugged and like partially invisible. So there you go. So Iso's ultimate will reset the health, shield, and ammo for both participants. And I wanted to quickly show off a little trick with that. So just show you exactly what I'm talking about. I'll take some full damage right here. You can see I'm now down to 47 health. And pay attention to my ammo. I have 14 ammo left in the gun and then 25 spare ammo as well. But let's see what happens when I go into Iso's ultimate. So you can see right here, I get ulted. And just like that, I'm back up to 100 health now. Keep in mind I had no shields already, so my shields wasn't meant to regenerate here. But my ammo is actually full again, so it's 25 and 50. But if I leave the ultimate, you can see I get the kill, leave the ultimate. I still have 24 bullets and 50 spare bullets. So with that in mind, here's a nice little piece of ISO tech for you. If your gun has no ammo or low ammo, what you can try and do is capture someone in an ultimate and then win the fight against them. So you can see right here, I've got this Vandal, no ammo in it. Obviously, pretty bad situation, but if I go inside my ultimate and fight the enemy, you can see my ammo is now back up to full. So then when I win the fight and leave my ultimate, again, we come out and my ammo is now fully restored. Obviously, very, very niche, but important thing to keep in mind. You'll know that Deadlock's ultimate does a ton of damage. It like just instantly kills you. There's nothing you can do about it once you're inside her ultimate. But what if you already have double tap activated? So we'll see right here.
Show me a target.
I'll do this Deadlock. And I will get my shield from it. So now I've got the double tap shield. And then if this Deadlock ults me, okay, so I go inside the ultimate, you can see her ultimate time is going to run out before my shield. So what's going to happen when I reach the end? Am I dead? Okay, I'm actually dead. You can see there in the kill feed, I died. The shield wasn't enough to save me, so Deadlock's ultimate can kill ISO even if he has his shield activated. Okay, so we know ISO's shield protects him from the first instance of damage that he takes, but how does that work when it comes to decay, like Viper's Wall? So for example, we'll put Viper's Wall up right here. Is walking through this... Okay, well, I have to get my shield first. So I get my shield. What happens if I walk through the Viper Wall? Is that going to... No. So decay isn't going to affect my shield. It's taking away my health, but because it's only decay damage, it is not going to take away my shield whatsoever. One quick one I wanted to test is if double tap will negate fall damage. Now I'm on lows, so I can't really go up high anywhere, so I'll just like fly up into the sky. I have my shield active. I'm going to take a bunch of fall damage, and yeah, you can see right there, you take no fall damage. Wait, you take no fall damage, and then also it doesn't actually break the shield. I don't think that's how it's meant to work. You can see if I don't have my shield on there, I do the same thing. I take full damage like I'm meant to. But, oops, okay. Based on this, you can see if I try and take full damage, I just don't take the full damage, but it doesn't break my shield. Probably bugged and that might get fixed in the near future, but for now, that's how it works. So obviously, Iso's double tap protects him from one instance of damage, but how does that work when it comes to guns like the Judge, which shoots out multiple pellets at once? So see right here, I'll get my shield like so, and then if I get shot once by a Judge, it is going to protect the whole thing. So this ISO is just aiming right at my head with the Judge, and you can see that shield tanked all of the pellets. So it's not like it's going to take just one pellet break and you'll still die. It will completely block one Judge shot. Same thing will obviously go for a classic. Just another example, if I go to right click him, none of the pellets are going to hit. They're all going to hit the shield at the same time. Okay, now what happens if you have your shield active and then the spike explodes? Is that shield going to save you? So we'll see right here. I'll activate my double tap, use ISO, get my shields, and then the spike explodes. Is the shield going to save me, or am I doomed? Okay, no, the shield will still just do nothing, and yeah, you will die to the spike. The shield is not going to save you. Do not try this in your games. So those are some of the interesting things I tested and found with ISO and its interactions with other agents, plus just some of how his utility works in general, like what I found with the ammo and his ultimate. Now, I did want to keep this video short. There's a lot of like things I would consider to be basic that I cut out of it. So if there's anything you still don't understand about his utility, feel free to comment that down below and I'll try to explain that to you how it all works. But yeah, otherwise that's it for this video. Hopefully you learned something new.